What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Tarun Shetty vlog. We're doing this. It's Saturday in Florida. It's hot as hell, I swear to God, in Florida right now. I hope everyone's having a good weekend, whatever you're doing with your life. I'm driving to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm pretty sure Dunkin' Donuts is going to be the death of me, but I really don't care. Honestly, this past week, I know 3 people, my parents' friends, who passed away. Like, Florida is like a wall of carnage. It's so depressing. But, you know, that's life, I guess. And it's weird because when I go to LA, you see like these like young girls and guys on TikTok, like making their videos. They have no idea about the train that's coming right at them. But I'm making this video. I tried going live a few times this week. I'm completely awful at it. I have like nothing to say. Not that I have anything to say now. I mean, let's be honest, but at least I can kind of ramble here and organize my thoughts later and edit. A couple updates. I'm performing in Chicago at some place called like Big Frank's Sausage. I don't know what that is. I think it's like a bar or something. It's like my friend's show who booked me. But you can come out. It's like $20. It's like no drink minimum if you want to like meet me or possibly kill me if you're like a stalker. I don't know. But I'll be on that show next Saturday, and I'll take it seriously. See, here's the thing about stand-up. Like, and I keep mentioning other comedians, but I'm not jealous, I swear. Okay, I'm slightly jealous. Like, Joe Coy's Instagram came up on my feed, who I used to see all the time, and he's like selling out theaters and stuff. And my biggest problem with stand-up is like, I don't see myself performing at that level. Like, I cannot imagine it, right? And that's a problem. Like, I'm not that type of performer. Like, nor do I want to be that type of performer. So, like, what does that say? Like, am I wasting my time? Like, I'm just like a guy who just likes to tell jokes and, you know, do stand-up, maybe at a club that's full, but, like, I don't want to play Madison Square Garden. I just can't see that. Like, I see myself like, selling millions of books and making movies and shit, and, you know, maybe acting in a show again one day, but I don't know. Like, that scares me. Like, so this bar show, I mean, I don't know if there'll be bigger venues than that. Maybe there will be. One time I sold out New Hampshire, like in my hometown. It was like 400 people, maybe 500. And that was a lot for me. I was like, this is way too many people. And I think I bombed on that show. I think I like ate my dick because I wasn't prepared for it. But, you know, I don't know. I'm just trying not to judge things. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, just don't think about anything. Don't judge life. Try to live in the moment. If I can do that, even for 10 minutes out of the day, I'm winning. Some big news. My book, Laughing in Hell, the first book I wrote, I recorded an audiobook. I hope everyone goes out and buys it, and so you can hear my lovely voice narrate my experiences. No, honestly, I'm really happy with how it came out. I've listened to like half of it so far before I release it. But you can check it out, audiobook Laughing in Hell. I'm going to post a link probably somewhere. And you can, you know, it's a great Christmas gift for the holidays coming up. Give it to your mom. Give it to your mom, or maybe someone you hate. I'll tell you a true story about this audiobook. Like, I hired this professional company. I took a voiceover class, so I do know how to like record my voice, lay it out as best as I can. So I called this company where I took voiceover classes at. I was like, hey, I want to do an audiobook. And I'm thinking, yeah, they're going to break it up over like a couple days. We'll do like, you know, 2 hours at a time. We do the entire book in like 4.5 hours. Like, I don't know if this is the right way to do it or not, but by the end of like the 4th hour, I could barely speak. Like, I'm like mumbling my words. I'm like, holy shit, I think we should have broken this up over a couple days. But I hung in there. I took a lot of breaks. And I'm really selling this audiobook. If there's like a sample link, just listen to that. And if you like it, then buy the book. I'm not putting any pressure on you. I mentioned this before. I'm flying back to LA in a couple of weeks, I think November 1st, to do this show as Bobby Khan, like a private party. See, now Bobby Khan, I can imagine selling out a theater and playing to like auditoriums and stuff. Unfortunately, I want to kill myself if I do Bobby Khan for more than like 20-25 minutes. I feel like I'm doing drugs for an extended amount of time on stage. I'm like, okay, rocking. It's like, Jesus Christ, because this is the real me, people. Just this jaded, sardonic person. Who's that black guy? He's like a Marine and like he yells a lot. You guys know what I'm talking about? He's like a big motivational guy. He like writes books and he's on Joe Rogan all the time. A clip of his came up on my Instagram and he was talking about how you have to be okay being alone and just like, you know, being able to man up and just being able to make sacrifices. I'm like paraphrasing this very badly, but that was the gist of it. And it got me thinking, and I was like, you know what? That's pretty much everything I've done in life that has been a success or even moderately successful that's propelled me forward. I've done it alone. And I was thinking, maybe that's why I don't want a relationship, because I do get jealous sometimes. I'm like, man, I should get a girlfriend and have kids. But I think I'm wired to think like, if I get a girlfriend or anybody even remotely close to me, it's gonna weigh me down. Like, I don't know how it's possible to do everything I'm doing and have a fulfilling relationship. I feel like that's a form of domestic abuse, right? Getting in a relationship and then I'm just not home at all. Like, hey honey, you take care of the kids. I'm gonna go to Chicago and play the Frank's Sausage Bar or something. Like, who would want that? In my life, I've done everything that I've wanted to do. If I get hit by a bus tomorrow, I can go down knowing that. You know what? I performed, I made movies, I acted in some stuff. 20 years from now, people are gonna forget you. Doesn't matter who you are, even the most famous person. Remember Michael Jackson? I feel like even Michael Jackson is kind of slowly dissipating into the ether. That's what happens with life. You know, you just do your shit and then you move on. I saw something else that was pretty interesting. Norm Macdonald apparently was really close to his mom. Heard Jay Leno talking about this. And Jay Leno said something about comedians and their moms. And as you know, I came to Florida to help my mom out during some trying times. And I thought about that. I think comedians especially are close to their moms because they know what pieces of shit humanity is. For instance, these bookers are horrible people. Comedians, and I'm a comedian myself, they're horrible people. They're like self-entitled and super egocentric performers. That's what it is. And you know, you just gravitate towards real people. And honestly, I mean, my mom's the only person, and my dad, who's truly cared about me. I think that would move mountains for me. Everybody else, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Another reason I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I've realized, is I like to be alone. I mean, I need to be alone. Is anybody else like this? I like to drive and just not have anyone around me. That's why I feel like I'd be an awful father, you know? Like, I don't know if I can deal with having kids and all that bullshit, like changing diapers and having a wife like nag me. Like, who wants that? Who honestly wants that? Apparently people do, though. I mean, people are born, but if people were like me on the earth, then the human race would probably die out in like 20 years. As you know, I'm like going to these open mics and I'm just like sick of this bullshit. So I started calling out my headliner friends back in LA, and I found someone who's from Florida, and I was like, dude, can you just like refer me to a bunch of places out here? So he did, and I got a call yesterday from this guy. He was like, hey man, I run like these, I help out with like Bonkers Comedy Club. I know, Bonkers, like the dumbest name, but who cares? And they were like, he was like, hey, can you come to the show on Friday, right? He calls me, he's like, can you be there tonight at 8? And I'm like thinking, I'm going to like a morning for like a family friend. And I was like, well, I guess a successful comedian would drop everything and just go do the show. But I was like, I'm here for a family. Like, that's why I came to Florida. So I was like, look, man, it was nice of him to offer it to me. But I was like, I can't make it, dude. I'll let you know when I'm available, when I'm back in town, and we can go from there. But I think sometimes like you need that, just comedy is first for everything. You drop everything else for comedy, but you know, a family friend died. I had to go to this thing. So I got to wrap up, go to this grocery store, pick up some stuff for my parents. But you know, I was watching the morning show with my mom and dad today, and you know, I'm watching the show and I'm like, all right, Tarun, can you imagine yourself on this show with like Jennifer Aniston? Because I really believe like visions are important. Honestly, I couldn't. It wasn't just about the morning show. It was like just being an actor in general. Like I did this part on this doctor show. I was in a movie, some feature movie, and then I've done a couple guest stars. And every time I was on set, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is it. This is like what I was meant to do. Like, you're just like in a trailer waiting for like hours, and they bring you out and you say like 4 lines and you go back in, and you know, it's boring. I'm sorry. And I was like, this is not my dream. So I think that's why I've got this mental block. Like I have like a great agent in LA, and I haven't activated her because I don't think I want it, you know? But then like, what do I do then for money? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? So, I mean, open mic bullshit, like this is ridiculous. Welcome to my vlog. I think I might become a male prostitute. I can do that. Am I still in shape for that? God. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. See ya.